Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, lovely people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to this wonderful YouTube platform. This is Exposed News TV, and we are here to give you more information, more breaking news on issues and incidences happening in Biafran land. Now, majorly, we are talking about Imo State today because there have been a lot of chaos in Imo State. That state is currently in a chaotic situation. Gunshot here and there. The issue of police patrol, being shot, and the issue of trucks also being shot. Now, currently, there have been an issue of prison break in Imo State. We've had different issues on prison break in Imo State. There has been an attempt on prison break, and Prime Minister Simon Ekpa also reacted to what the police said concerning the yesterday attack. All these will be given to you on this wonderful YouTube channel. Now, let us go straight up to the issue, to the news. Breaking news. Heavy gunfire reported as militants attempt jailbreak at Owerri prison in Imo State. The news in detail. Chaos has erupted in Owerri, the capital of Imo State, as sporadic gunfire continues throughout the city. According to a post by Døźens intelligence on X, the shooting is attributed to unknown gunmen. The post reads, at 11:30 a.m. today, July 31, 2024, Owerri prison is under attack by unknown gunmen with an ongoing gunfight involving the prison's armed squad. Reinforcements from the military and other security forces are on the way. Another tweet from Døźens intelligence reports there is sporadic shooting across Owerri Municipal by unknown gunmen. Suspected hoodlums have also attacked the UBA Bank on Wedra Road. Please avoid these areas until normalcy is reported. While some reports suggest that the gunfire is the work of unknown assailants, local sources in Owerri told Sahara reporters that they believe the shooting is not the result of a criminal attack. One source speculated that the incident are orchestrated by Governor Hope Uzodinma's administration to intimidate potential participants in tomorrow's nationwide day of rage protests against hunger and misgovernance in Nigeria. The source argued the city of Owerri is deserted and there is no sign of security forces managing this situation, which suggests that the shooting may be a tactic by the government to deter protesters, with police, military, and other security agencies stationed throughout the capital and numerous checkpoints set up. It's unclear actually how the so-called government could have carried out these attacks. Attempts by Sahara reporters to contact the police, the state police command for comment were unsuccessful as spokesperson ASP Henry Okoye did not respond to calls or text messages at the time of this report. Now, let us actually address the issue of the shooting and the issue of the protest, attributing it to the issue of the protest. Now, I still have to clarify this, and I need to make this very clear. The protest should not even happen in any part of Biafran land. If truly, Biafrans, at least some, at least the ones that have been voting currently know what they are doing, there is no point coming out there is no need coming out to protest currently in Imo State or in every part of Biafran land, because the betterment of Nigeria is not the fight for freedom. The betterment of Nigeria has no business, to do with the Biafran struggle currently. No, it actually has nothing to do with Biafra. Instead, we should be concerned. We should be concerned about getting Biafra as quickly as possible. That should be our interest. That should be our, that should be where we should focus our attentions on. And that is just the reality. So, whether the police are trying to do show of force, whether they are trying to make the protesters scared, which we know, tomorrow's protest is going to be a hot one. I'll keep on advising people, especially Biafrans, to sit at home, respect this order, forget about that business you want to go and do tomorrow. You people don't understand. The Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is only concerned about, what happens to Biafrans. He's concerned about the safety of every Biafran, both those here and those in diaspora, especially those in the homeland. Let's even forget about those in diaspora, because, these countries are so organized that, during protests, the foreign agencies, the foreign security agencies, they make use of what we call a rubber bullet, if need be. If need be, to chase the protesters away, especially when it becomes a violent protest. They use what we call, either they use rubber bullets or they use water to disperse, and chase out the protesters. That is in the case of violence in the protest. But the case is not the same in Nigeria. It is only in Nigeria that we keep on seeing, innocent protesters being pied. They are being pied on daily basis, unarmed protesters. I could remember the days of, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu during the agitation for Biafra, where so many people were pied in Aba in broad daylight. This one, nobody told me. It wasn't a news. Let me tell you, the reality is that pieing was swept under the carpet till today. That is the kind of things, that is the kind of injustices that we see in Nigeria. It's as simple as that. So the reality, the truth is that you have nothing. You have no business with this so-called protest in the first place. So it's better you avoid it, for the safety of you and the safety of Biafra. Do not forget that one of the the news or the update the Prime Minister dropped currently is how the Nigerian army are trying to bring about extinction in Biafran land. They are trying to wipe out as many Biafrans as possible, and this protest is is an avenue for them to do that. Now let us give the first update that I want to read out on the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa still screaming and warning Biafrans. Here, he has told the Biafrans to arm themselves for their own safety. In his words, the Prime Minister said on his X handle some hours ago, every Biafra must be ready to carry arms. We are facing extinction threats in Nigeria by Nigerian terrorist state. The government of Biafra is ready to arm everyone, both young and old Biafrans, for self-defense anywhere you are within Biafra land and beyond. The month of August will be deadly as the Nigerian terrorist state has planned to attack many locations during their protests. In the coming weeks, we will lock down all Nigerian states for the death of a Biafran lady pied by Nigerian terrorist police during a fierce battle with Biafran forces. All terrorists at Police Nigeria station in former Imo State will be shut down as we continue to demand the withdrawal of these terrorists from Biafran land. The date of the shutdown to be announced later this week. During the incident that happened in Imo State yesterday, where some police were killed, there was a lady, a POS attendant, that was also killed in that incident. That is the person the Prime Minister is actually talking about, and her death will be avenged. But I just want to make something clear. I know people are looking, are trying to hustle to make ends meet in this country because the hunger is too much. The hunger, rather, is too much. People are hungry. But assuming this lady hearkened, to the voice of the Prime Minister, had listened, honestly speaking, this incident wouldn't have happened to her. Now, the Prime Minister went further. There was a comment on Sahara Reporters where police said that the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and the Biafran defense team had murdered peace. Now, replying to that statement some minutes ago or some hours ago, the Prime Minister warned and he said, "Tell the terrorist chief, please, Nigeria, that the peace they murdered has arrived. They should be more concerned about what will befall them in the coming months. We will continue to neutralize you until you withdraw your terrorists from Biafran land. You have power when you see unarmed civilians. We are now defending ourselves against your terrorism. My promise is that we have received your threat as usual. You will meet Biafran forces in war front. Vent your anger there." And that is simple. What we have continued to see, in this contraption called Nigeria is the Nigerian police, the Nigerian army. Every time you are attacking unarmed civilians, that is where they get their fault. That is where you see them. They will energy start coming out when they see unarmed civilians. That is why these same people cannot stand the Biafran Liberation Army, who are defending their land. These people now are defending their land. The major aim is for them to defend their land. Ichoro ka okukasịa ha akukasịa. Ichoro ka akoda ya akoda. However, whatever, anyhow you want it, they are ready to give it to you vociferously. That is why the Biafran Defense Force are there to defend the people. But this same Nigerian army, Nigerian police, all they care about is the order that they are being given from the top on innocent protesters. Can you imagine Asari Dokubo Potara on social media, on a television? Yes, on Nigerian television, they showed it. And he was threatening the people of Biafra in Niger Delta. Or rather, he was threatening protesters. Don't use the word Biafrans. That if they want to protest, that they should do it elsewhere. If not, that he will deal with them the same way he dealt with those protesters in Obi, but that is Biafrans who protested during the days of agitation. That he will deal with them massively. That means he is coming out to reveal that truly he was the person behind the crying of innocent people in Biafran land. Yet somebody like Asari Dokubo is working as a free man. That is the kind of country we are talking about. That is the kind of country we are talking about. And somebody is telling me that it is a better, things will get better tomorrow. Let us be hopeful. Let us be optimistic. Protest for what? What are you protesting for? What are you protesting for? Are you protesting for dollar to fall in this country when these bad eggs are still there? Or you've forgotten what happened in the NSAS protest? The people that were killed in that protest, how many of them were revenged by your so-called people who are telling you people to protest? They swept it under the carpet and life moved on. They swept it under the carpet and life continued. That is still the kind of country that we are in. Nobody gives a damn about you. That is why, as true Biafrans, all you really have is Biafra currently. Please do not forget to continue to share this video wherever you're coming from, wherever you're joining us from. Continue to share this video. People must know, people must hear what is happening in Imo State and how the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is reacting to these incidences happening in Imo State. Now, let us give the last update. We'll keep on following, the updates of the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa so that you will understand, what he is truly fighting for. Now, a reply he gave to Sahara reporters. He said, please, Sahara reporters, the Prime Minister saying this, be informed that the Biafran Defense Forces has neutralized thousands of the terrorists, HQ Nigerian Army and Police Nigeria and other few terrorists since the second Biafran war started. It is an insult to ignore other heavy successful battle. These two first videos right here on this day, many of them were neutralized, including the armor tank that was breaking into private resident homes to buy innocent women and children. The corrupt Nigerian media, you all have ignored the WAR happening in Biafran land. I am happy that you are finally reporting it. It doesn't matter how you report it. When the terrorism secret chief was crying, you think they started crying out of blue moon? They declared WAR on Biafran people, and we are buying them like chicken as we defend ourselves and our land. That is a very big message from the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. And we will continue to give you more news and more informations on these issues. This is the time for you to put your ears down. This is time for you to stay and listen to the news and information we'll continue to give to you in Biafran land so that you will understand what is really happening. You don't need to run around to listen to fake news. We'll keep on giving you those informations here, live and direct. Please continue to share this video so that people will continue to know as it happen, as it is up for Biafran land.